What's up, everybody? I'm Adrian.
I'm Clark.
In today's video, we're going to take a look at the Boss SY-1 Synthesizer.
Welcome to Liquid Studios.
So I was pretty excited to get this unit and check it out. I like synthesizers. As you can tell, we've done a few videos. I have a few for my bass.
Well, real synthesizers are amazing. Synths on guitars and basses they're good, but they're a different story. They're not a real synthesizer.
Yeah, we've had a lot of these over the years. We've tried quite a few of the electro harmonics. They've been releasing different lines of ones. Like I said, I have a few I've used on bass. I have my Future Impact. I have the Octavus Squeezer. I have a Ibanez one. I got the EHX bass synthesizer. As Clark said, they can be hit and miss. I like messing around with them, but I've always found they're more of a toy and not as functional in a band setting.
They're great for like inspirational tools when you're writing and like trying to add tracks to songs and stuff, but in live settings, they're hit or miss sometimes, definitely.
So I was kind of excited to check this out and hear what it could do, because we're both fans of Boss pedals, and when they announced this, it seemed like it could be interesting for us. And the fact that it has both guitar and bass. For everything we do on this demo, it was just Clark using it with guitar. I'm gonna do a video specifically on using this with my bass rig, get some sound samples and some thoughts too of how I think it reacts with bass.
So in the video, you're going to hear the pedal hooked up in two different settings. The first setting is I hooked it up with the dual outputs to my Marshall Studio Classic. That's where I was running just a clean signal of my guitar, and I was running the synthesizer pedal to my Rev G20. And I have those kind of panned out stereo fields, so that way you can really hear the separation and difference between the two. And for the second part of the video, you'll hear it through my Helix, which that's where I found this pedal really shines, because out of the amp, there's a lot more frequency range. It sounds kind of almost hi-fi, almost a little bit. Whereas when I put it through the Helix, I could really control and EQ the sounds that were coming out of it. And I found too, I was running it through a bass amp, the synthesizer part, and it's blended so nicely with the guitar, those type of sounds.
Yeah, especially, well, with the synthesizer, the frequency response is going to be much lower. And running out of a guitar cabinet, you're going to be hard pressed to find a guitar cabinet that's going to emulate those lows, because they're not designed to. So as Clark said, I have a bass cabinet that's great, and then running it out of something like his Headrush, which is a flat frequency response monitor, it's going to recreate those sounds a lot better. It's going to sound a lot nicer. Otherwise, if you are just running out of a guitar cabinet, it is going to sound very hi-fi, because it's going to just cut those lows off, and it's not going to be able to reproduce them, so it's not going to be able to recreate them. With this pedal as well, I would think you would want the foot controller.
I just recently picked up the Boss EV30. This one has you can hook it up to two different expression outputs and run on two different devices. It works great for this, and I really recommend an expression pedal for this, because it allows you to control the depth knob, so you can sweep your filters on the different synths to really get some cool effects. And when you're on like the sequencer and stuff, it will adjust the speed of the sequencer. So if you want it to be like a slow ramping up thing into something really fast, it sounds pretty cool. And you'll hear that being used in the demo. So the pedal features, I think, around 128 different sound effects inside of it. Realistically, about 20% of them or so you'll find usable, and you'll probably find about 4 or 5 that you really like to use all the time to jump around with. I find this pedal is better than the old Electro Harmonix B9 that I had for playing it in a live setting, because the B9, I found the latency issue. It wasn't huge, but it was noticeable enough that if you're trying to play along with a band, it would feel like it's lagging behind a little bit, and it would almost throw you off your own tempo when you're playing. This one has that a little bit too, but it's definitely better for tracking than that one was.
Yeah, that's one thing I did notice when Clark was playing it. The tracking was much better than other synthesizers we've used in the past, and that's probably just a progression of the technology of where they're at now, with what they can do. And the abilities that digital now has that they can pump into a small bit of box. But tracking was great, and for something like that, like couldn't really ask for a whole lot better tracking.
Yeah, I think like the only way to get better would be if you upgraded to buying one of those special pickups, and even then, people still say there's slight little bit of latency in it when you're running into their high-end systems. Hopefully, that's an issue that can someday down the road pretty soon be solved, and I think these pedals will be phenomenal at that point. If you can play it and it's an exact one-to-one out of both amps, what you're hearing, that's when these pedals will really shine through, and you can start seeing them on a lot more people's boards.
Thanks everybody for checking out our video. If you liked it,
Please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on our latest videos.
you can connect with us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
We also host a live stream every Monday and Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube.
All the songs we create are released on all the major distributors, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, and YouTube Music. We use DistroKid to release our content. Anybody who's not a member, there's an affiliate link below. You can sign up and save yourself 7%. Thanks for watching.